Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Fold Line. I'm back this week with the edit. This is our weekly roundup of new sewing pattern releases. Hope you've had a lovely week. I keep squinting at myself. I'm really worried that I've got a basically a line of snot from my child on my top that I haven't noticed, and you can see it on the camera, but I don't think you can. Good. Anyway. I will carry on. Hope you've had lovely weeks. We've got some really lovely patterns to talk about. I'm going to get cracking. So the first pattern we've got is the Maker's Italia day dress. This comes in sizes UK 4 to 20. It's PDF only. I really love this. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but if not, I think this is such a useful pattern. So if we start with the line drawing, you can see actually relatively simple construction, really nice simple shape, slightly tapered in down and to kind of sitting just kind of on the knee. The two variations are so different, they almost look like different patterns. Does anyone agree? So the first one has got two fisheye darts either side of kind of, I would say just sort of below each boob. They also have that on the back. This adds quite like a kind of interesting and quite dramatic, I think, like little kind of pleat details. The other variation has got this really clever little channel sewn kind of just above the waist at the front and back, and that elasticated panel pulls in and ruches up the fabric, so it adds some shaping. There is also elasticated cuff on this one as well. And I just think they look totally different. Like they really could be two different patterns. Useful day dress, as it says in the title. You could wear this whenever, really casual, perfect for holidays, perfect for just bobbing around at home in. I just really liked it, and I thought it's sort of thing that you could make over and over again and it would look totally different in different fabrics. I mean, linen for this would be absolutely like a dream. But yeah, I think you can make this in a lightweight suiting as well if you wanted to wear it during winter time. So there's quite a lot of, I think it's a pattern that you could wear kind of during winter if you had a long sleeve top underneath, or like even a polo neck. So yeah, I just thought it's a good one. Next, I've got a kids pattern, which is really cute. It's the Haut Nouvelle vest, which is quilted, and it's from below the kawaii. There are two size bandings for this. So there's size 1 to 10 years or 8 to 14 years. And there are two lengths of it. It's just so cute. It would be a really useful item. Anyone who has small children, actually a little vest is quite handy to have because it gets like less dirty. They don't like having things to, well, my son doesn't like to have things to restrict his movement. So these actually, I'm going to make him one of these. There's an option which is slightly longer with a pocket detail. I love the little cropped one styled over girls' dresses. I think it's really, really cute and really simple. So you could either buy quilted fabric already quilted, or you could, you know, do it yourself. But I thought it was a really fun pattern and actually wouldn't take you too long to make. It's PDF only. I did not say that. And you can have copy shop as well if you fancy. So next up, we've got a free pattern, which is always fab. So Juliana Martege, we've got the Zenia top, and it comes in sizes UK 6 to 20. It's a really lovely, simple jersey top pattern. I like it because it's just straight cuts at the top, and with kind of square neckline, and then quite kind of decent straps. Really useful. There's also a crop version as well if you wanted to wear it almost like a bra top, but really so kind of like on trend, that sort of square shape for the top. So yes, if you're looking for a little kind of free pick me up, then this is definitely worth going and having a look at. So last week, obviously, I spoke about Fibre Mood, the new magazine. When they release their next magazine, the last batch of patterns from the last magazine are then released as separate patterns. So if you didn't want the magazine and you wanted just one of them, which is fair enough, then you can get them, which is fab. So there are 15 patterns or 12 patterns, I think. Wait, let's see, 3, 6, 9. 12 patterns, which have just been released. I've got 3 from last time, which I really loved. So I just thought, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to talk about, the first one I'm going to talk about is the Quilla top. This comes in sizes UK 6 to 30. It's available PDF only. I really love this, and I did speak about this when it came out. I think it's such a lovely pattern. So very simple from the front, looks like quite a kind of loose fitting tank or top. Really lovely boat neckline, which I love. The thing for me that's really interesting is if we show you a picture on the side, it's got this kind of little bit of elastic underneath the armhole with a gathered panel, which adds loads of extra kind of room, makes it really kind of easy breezy to wear. And I just thought it was quite a clever and fun detail. So that top for me is a real banger. I love it. The next one I've got is the Leanne dress. This comes in sizes UK 6 to 30. I loved this dress. Thought it was really elegant, really on trend as well. I've seen so many of these. So the thing that makes it kind of very much on trend is the kind of top panel is really small. You can see from the dress, it's got this big kind of gathered bit of fabric which forms the whole dress, and it's quite kind of loose fitting. It's got these very elegant little straps, but it has this very small little, like, kind of, I guess you'd call it top panel. And there are darts in that little top panel as well, but I just love it. You can also make this into a top as well if you want to. And you can make it into a shorter version. So there's different things that you could do with it. But I personally love that sort of midi, kind of just below the knee variant, the kind of blue one. I think it's gorgeous. Perfect for a holiday. So the final one I've got is the Fibre Mood Ruba dress. This comes in sizes UK 4 to 32. It's available in PDF only. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. So anyone who saw the sewing bee and the cutout section, I thought this dress would have worked really fantastically. So what is really interesting construction, I think you'd learn loads of things making it. So let's have a look at what's going on with the line drawing. So you can see from the front there are let's almost start at the back actually. So the back is open, you can see from the top half and the bottom half. It's then joined at the front, and it's got this kind of this sort of shape that's got a channel sewn through it, a channel that you then thread through, which creates this sort of really interesting shaping. So it's this that almost connects the top and the bottom of the dress. So it's got the bit of string, the tie that goes through the top and then round through the bottom and ties at the bottom. So it's a really interesting idea actually. I haven't seen anything like it. I think it's really interesting shape-wise. And then the skirt panel, you can either make it kind of to sit just below the knee, or you can have it as a midi length, depending on what you'd like. And then there are really lovely little kind of puff sleeves with a cuff. So there's quite a lot going on, but actually I don't think the construction is that difficult. It kind of looks more complicated than it is. So I thought that would be a really lovely dress if you've got an event this summer, or I think this would definitely, again, work through into autumn. So a really fun one to make. So that is it from me this week. I hope that was useful and you found something nice to sew. I will be back soon with another video. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.